What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the BS Show. We got a lot to unpack this morning after a great weekend of fights. Great fight card, great fights. It always is a great thing whenever the fight card that you really look forward to and anticipate a lot of great things to happen actually ends up being a great fight card. Last weekend's fight card did not disappoint at all. We now know that Francis Ngannou is the baddest dude on the planet. I don't know who held that title. Maybe Mike Tyson was still walking around as the baddest dude on the planet. But Francis Ngannou, in my opinion, is now the scariest man alive. He almost took Stipe's head clean off, beat him. He's now our heavyweight champion. He's got everything you could ever want. That was a rematch. Stipe beat him about 2 to 3 years ago, and Francis Ngannou looked better. He looked patient. He looked poised. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat this dude if he continues to get better and better and better like he has been. So what happens next? There's a guy that a lot of people know that was tweeting. Jon Jones said, "Show me the money." I'm going to have the tweet here in a second. So obviously that is a huge, huge fight that could potentially happen. Jon Jones did pretty much relinquish his light heavyweight belt, moved up, wanted more of a challenge, went up to the heavyweight division. He's yet to fight up there. I believe a lot of people thought he would get the winner of this fight, and now that Francis Ngannou has won, it just seems that that's the most realistic thing to do at this point. Jon Jones tweeted, "Show me the money." After the fight in the press conference, Dana White was kind of joking around and kidding, saying, "Hey, if I'm Jon Jones, I'm going back to 185 pounds." And then he didn't say Jon Jones wouldn't take the fight, but he pretty much said, "Hey, look, anybody can say they want the fight. Anybody can say, show me the money. But at the end of the day, they got to show up." That didn't really set well with Jon Jones. Jon Jones posted that little video clip on Instagram and, kind of got a little butthurt about it. So I do think there's going to be a little bit of negotiation between Jon Jones and the UFC. Jon Jones does have a lot in his corner. He is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. He's been a UFC champion forever. So if there's anybody that has the ability to wheel and deal and ask for more money, it's Jon Jones. So I think that's all Jon Jones is trying to say is, hey, look, man, I'll take this fight. This is a dangerous fight. It's going to be a great fight. And this could be one of the biggest fights of all time in the UFC history. So I want to get paid for it. I don't think that's too far-fetched for Jon Jones to think that way. And if I'm on the other side of the spectrum and I'm Francis Ngannou, I want that fight, not only for Francis's career, not only for his credibility. Jon Jones is a huge name, and not only for Francis Ngannou's bank account, you want that Jon Jones fight. So there is a lot riding on this Francis Ngannou, Jon Jones potential fight. I can say, if you don't have Jon Jones as the GOAT right now, if he moves up to the heavyweight division, beats Francis Ngannou, and wins that heavyweight strap, I don't know how you can't put him as the GOAT, in my opinion. He's already the GOAT to me, just from what he's done, who he's beat, how he's beat him. But if he moves up and gets the heavyweight strap, he's got to be the GOAT. But Francis Ngannou is just getting better by leaps and bounds every single fight. He just looks more patient. He's stuffing the takedown. He's got great cardio. It's getting there. He's a big dude. He's a big dude with a lot of muscle, and for him to be able to do the things that he does, it's unbelievable. And to think that he started his UFC career not that long ago. I mean, he's still probably not even in his prime yet, probably not even at his peak. So we'll see what happens. Now, I'm going to have this tweet up here in a second, but Jon Jones kind of backed off a little bit. He said, let Derek Lewis have that fight. If whatever's not right, there's speculation that he's going to be upset about the money, him and Dana White. He kind of backed off a little bit and said, give Derek Lewis that fight. I'm already a Hall of Famer, blah, 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 blah. So not really interested in seeing Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou. I'm not really wanting to see that, That's just not a fight I really care to see. I want to see Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou. That's what I want. I think that's what the fans want. I think that's what Dana White wants. So there's no reason to not make this fight happen. I can't think of anybody else right now that would put up the numbers that fight would do, that would even just be as good of a fight, height, length, everything. So let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. What'd you think of this weekend's fight, and who do you want to see Francis Ngannou fight next? Thanks for tuning in.